Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here again at Avalanche, just a little update from our video from earlier. Super awesome. The price wicked up there, swept that upper level of liquidity once more, as per usual. Kind of getting used to it. I have to hope you're getting used to it by now. And just took some nice little profits there. So just quick congrats to our community. I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing this, but I think we got to celebrate this. First of all, SHIB, 62%, 8 days. Previous SHIB trade target, basically a third target in 3 months. Not a big deal, but still took some nice profit there. Avalanche, there we go, 53% in 1.5 days. Okay. Same thing with ICP. We hit all of our targets, 96% in 1.5 days as well. So it's been a good little profit for us here recently. So we'll be sure to kind of check that and double check a few key factors. So let's go ahead and pull this back up. Sorry for the screen tear there. I kind of just scrolled things up there. Okay. All right, so what we want to look at here is high block capital backend data, kind of see what's going on. And the important stuff here is, if I recall correctly, there was liquidity that was swept here recently, but there wasn't a lot of shorts entering the market, which I'm glad for, because the price actually pulled back up and didn't sweep any more. So as we looked at earlier, 42.50 was a massive amount of liquidation, and the price action has continued higher to upwards about 46. So again, on our road to 50, absolutely a possibility still. Now, as far as liquidation, not a ton of new liquidation levels. There's a few here for longs and a few here for shorts, but honestly, nothing super concentrated. Just know we still got some heavy longs, or, well, heavy concentration of longs at $33. I think it's very unlikely we're going to see that unless Bitcoin retests sub 40,000. So AVAX is pretty safe and secure in that sense, right? I think the probability of AVAX continuing higher is still great. Let's look at a few key factors now that we got a daily candlestick closure and kind of work our way down. Now, what we were looking for earlier was a few things here. In other words, when we talked earlier, we mentioned that stochastic RSI, money flow index, all these things are really high. So the daily time frame isn't really giving us any of these changes here that we're supposed to look for to kind of identify the shift in momentum, okay? Because the key takeaway here is that we're well above all moving averages, our trend lines are well, and all these indicators are not swinging down significantly, okay? Usually you see that in situations where the price is starting to, have a bearish type of divergence. We don't see that on the daily, okay? So that's why we want to kind of look maybe here a little closer at the 4-hour time frame and see where we're at. So we're up over the 20-day SMA, super awesome. Up over the 50 as well, concurrent with the ascending trend. That's fantastic as well. And we got this reaffirmed support level, previous resistance at $38. With that daily candlestick closure above that level, we can rest assured that area is going to be good, strong support. Okay. We zoom in a little bit further, we can kind of see here we have a heavy amount of volume just above that level, reaffirming that support at 38 to 39. We take a look at stochastic RSI. We are swinging down, but the price action is not. Obviously, it did to an extent, but it's still holding strong. In other words, you take a look at this previous candlestick closure area there, and it's retesting it as a support. Okay. Previous resistance, turn support. It's basically the title of the crypto trading book I should write. Previous high, new low. That's effectively where it's at. So again, retesting that range, if you will. Okay, so that implies $42 is our likely support level for the moment. I like to reiterate for the moment. It's not a for sure definitive thing. We are potentially going to swing down on the MACD here. That could give us a divergence and the price might continue lower. So for now, we're going to presume the price should continue higher, but we should never presume. We want to look for confirmation, right? So never take a trade based solely on this, but the 4-hour time frame still looks very strong. Okay, we're still looking pretty good here. We'll pull this trend line out here as well, just to kind of get perspective and roughly what that's looking like. 1-hour time frame, let's go ahead and kind of wrap it up here. Oh, and before we do too, I get a lot of questions here recently about Bitunix. Do they have trailing stop losses, and do they have multiple profit targets? The answer is yes. I've got to walk through here in my Bitunix so you understand how to work that. Correction, this is my Discord. Links for Bitunix there as well for instructions, but use the link down below if you want to register. $5,500 in bonus rewards. Super, super awesome exchange. Greatly appreciate them providing a no KYC, no VPN, phenomenal exchange for our community. Thank you again, Bitunix. So what I want to get at, though, is the TD sequential, and understand that we are down to an 8 right now. So we've continued, look at this here, in the last 24 hours, we've seen the price action pull up to an 8 on TD sequential and pull down to an 8 here now. Hypothetically, the price is going to retry another higher high or a higher low after that. Again, I like to emphasize hypothetically as well because there's no guarantees, but if it's hitting an 8 before and it turns itself around, what's going to happen here when we hit an 8 as well? Is it going to turn itself around? That's what it's all about. Okey pokey, I don't know, anyone? Okay, anyways, last but not least, Ichimoku Cloud, confirming here we are still in good shape, but that window of opportunity is narrowing. Conversion line is well above the baseline, so we got good momentum. That's not a problem. Lagging spans almost sort of within the price action, so we literally got another 6 to 10 hours of sideways action. And if it continues to go sideways for 6 to 8 more hours, it's a good consideration to take some profit. That's basically what it's telling us. Keep in mind, this recent resistance level turned potential support. It may also be a resistance level now, is working itself up there. So the cloud is effectively telling us that if the price action closes below that level, that's a case in point where we might be breaking bearish. Between now and then, ideally in a perfect world, price goes sideways and bounces off that level, goes up, or comes back up and doesn't even look back. Okay, that's what we're looking for. But again, a break below the cloud, 24 hours from now, we're at low 40s, low 41, low 40s, we're in that range. It's probably a consideration to take some profit or wishing you had, right? We typically don't want to wish we had, but again, do with it what you will. That's basically my 2 cents here. So again, it's not a definitive direction, but the overall trend is up, and we have to presume the price is going to continue up until it doesn't. All right. So again, I'm not saying to go hard and to take a long position, but you're statistically more likely to find success going up than down at this point. If the price does pull back, mind you, just to clarify, we have these 3 levels. And as we discussed previously, this $38 would probably be a worst case scenario. So 0.618, I think, is extremely worst case. 0.5, 0.382 is possibilities. In other words, $41, I'll just say $39.70, and of course, $38.40. Long story short here, though, based on Elliott Wave, you got to keep in mind, this top may not be in. We might continue to establish higher highs. And if so, this playout would be invalidated and the price may not pull back to those levels because we'd have to draw new fib levels at higher price points. Okay. So again, just some things to kind of think about. I'll put this on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you can kind of see what we just reviewed here. And hopefully if you have any questions, you can reach out. Jump on over to our Discord. We have a free group, of course, and a really awesome group of folks there. Super, super cool people too. Like a lot of good, smart, intelligent people coming through here. And just finding some really awesome features too. So thanks again, guys, for just being awesome parts of my life. Love working with you. And I do hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.